for the Northerners to have said that or to come up with that kind of decision, of course, there has been a kind of rumor or making round, especially from a Northern Elders Forum, saying that they actually, regretted, voting or supporting Tinubu. Let me give you an reference made by one emir of Katsina who come out openly to say that, they voted Tinubu based on religion, and they are disappointed that Tinubu, at the end of the day, has successfully Yorubalized Aso Rock and jettisoned or even anything that has to do with Northerners in his administration. They are deeply regretting, why they actually supported Tinubu as the president. And basically, they are not going to repeat such thing, so to say, come 2027. But how are we going to believe that, when it is being understood that Tinubu can easily bulldoze his way with his financial war chest, he know how to deal with money when it comes to politics, he know how to maneuver his way, to the minds of any region, when it comes in terms of politics. But there is a orientation, a kind of reorientation, going on now, that renewed hope is already a failed agenda. Anywhere you go in this part of the world now and mention renewed hope, if you're not careful, they might put you on the run, because when you talk about renewed hope, you are talking of Tinubu must go. Anywhere you mention renewed hope, is Tinubu must what? Go. So we don't want to bring that issue to that level, though it is already trending that Tinubu must go. It's already a trending issue now. But for Heneze to make that kind of statement, there's an underground plan not to bring Tinubu to power 2027. For me, they need to be very careful and sit up properly, because there is a lot of things that Tinubu want to achieve or do, they might not be aware of. Tinubu can use his wealth, use his money, to buy the entire north, and they will fall for it. Tinubu makes offer that you cannot be able to reject. That what makes him a dangerous politician. So, but if you count in terms of leadership, Tinubu is nowhere to be found. That is truth. You can see the way and manner of things he has been struggling for the past 10 months just to fix one thing, and he has not been able to fix it. So his cosmetic approach to the economy, have brought mystery to Nigerians. His cosmetic approach to reality, has brought, abnormalcy, oppression, to Nigerians. You can look at Tinubu very well. You sit down and look at him. Apart from that, he's quite unpresidential. Tinubu is not somebody you look at and be able to say, okay, this is the direction Nigerians are going. This is the direction of his policies. This is the direction. This is his aim and objective in this administration of nearly over 1 year now. For me, a lot of people has assessed him, and they have come to a decision or resolution that renewed hope has become a failure. And of course, when you say renewed hope has become a failure, we're talking about that Tinubu has failed very, very woefully. At this point in time now, it looks like someone that is confused. It looks like someone who has exhausted his ideas on how to run this Nigeria. So, and the Northerners are no longer comfortable with him, because of the way he has been able to destroy Nigeria the more with his policies. Tinubu has introduced what they call executive or corporate extortion in form of taxes on Nigerians without sympathy, without reservation, without consciousness, without any atom of humanity in him. You know, look at the issue of cyber security levy. You know, no, bros, because Nigerians reacted. Nigerians rejected it. It would have said through, and it's going to come from the back door before you know it. You know, apart from that, you know, there's massive build-up, you know, against him to leave Aso Rock with immediate effect. It's already on ground. So, and if they are telling you that what is coming from the north, the opinion that is coming from the north, the pressure that is coming from the north, as I'm talking to you now, that Tinubu, you know, must go. You know, of course, what they are trying to tell you is that if they did not succeed in removing him before the end of his tenure, of course, he might not have his way again in Nigeria 2027.
Well, do you not think that his cabinet is too cold? Like his ministers, you know, like to me, I don't think they are active like the way it should be.
No, you don't need to tell me that it is the head we are looking at. Nobody needs to tell Tinubu what to do. A lot of people has advised him to jettison this, how would I put it, you know, all weather, fair weather ministers, you know, that he compensated because of how they were able to, you know, manipulate their way during the 2023 election. He compensated them, you know, with ministerial positions without looking at, you know, whether they are competent or not, you know, whether they can be able to handle their respective ministerial positions or not. He never thought about that, you know. But he saw it as a way, you know, of compensation. And you can see that as I'm talking to you now, the thing is eating deep, you know, and causing a lot of damage on his own side and on his own administration. You know, that is why the struggle, you know, to a kind of Tinubu must go is generating a lot of fever in the Twitter. Is generating a lot of fever in the IT space, in the internet space. Is generating a lot of fever even in the beer parlor. You know, everybody is saying now we do not know what this man has brought to Nigerians. That you understand? Some people are saying that throw away these ministers, sack them, bring in technocrats, see whether they can come up with a better policies on how to, you know, put Nigeria on a proper channel of, you know, at least to see us come out from this quagmire. A lot of people are saying, invite Obi, bring Obi in, you know, maybe, you know, Obi has one idea or the other, you know, how Nigeria can navigate from this burden, you know, economic burden he has put on Nigerians. So that is why it looks as if, you know, Nigerians might not go for him again 2027. But that does not mean that the power is going to return to the north. You know, maybe another Southerner, you know, at the end of the day, is going to emerge as the president come 2027. But not Tinubu, certainly.
Well, you may mention of Peter Obi working with Tinubu, but do you think Peter Obi want to work with this? Other one
mentioning it. Some of his ministers are, of course, governors of APC, of his political party, you know, or has made several comments, you know, suggesting that Obi should come in, you know, and see how he can rescue APC administration under Tinubu, you know, to fix some certain issues that has to do with the economy that it looks like the administration of Tinubu has completely run out of idea on how to handle them.
I know you've talked about it, but the Northerners now, like with what they are suffering and insecurity there over in the north, do you think that they will, even though Tinubu even comes with his money and his wealth, do you think they will still want to vote for him? Do you think they can still want to go another 4 years after this time again? Do you think they want to go into another suffering or insecurity for another 4 years?
And that is why you need to be conscious at this point in time, you know, whether with money, with financial inducement, whether the Northerners are going to accept Tinubu 2027, you know. When you get to that level, we're able to know. But as it stands now, it will be a very, very difficult decision to make, you know, because as at now, the whole thing is upside down. and there's nobody who is going to sit down there with his two eyes open who is going to vote for this kind of administration come 2027. And of course, the North has already started showing Tinubu red card come 2027. And if care is not taken, you know, Tinubu might have to swallow his pride and chicken out after the Abuja, out of Asu Rock 2027, if he will not be disgraced.
Who do you actually see will win this fight between Fubara and Wike?
It's a dent on Bola Tinubu's administration to have an emperor, you know, as Wike, as a minister. I think if it was to be a reasonable nation in a sane society, I think at this point in time, you know, Tinubu would have sacked Wike, sack him, let him sack him as minister.
He says working.
What has he done? What is he working? He's not working anything. All these things we are seeing is just mere propaganda. Is Wike working in Nigeria that Nigeria is like this? What is it? What has Wike done? Because they made him Minister of FCT, you know? It does not mean that he's working for himself, working for his pockets, you know? And so, what I'm saying is that whether he's working or not, I do not believe that Wike is working. Because if he's working, he has to be concerned with the job that's on his table, you know, on how to transform Federal Capital Territory to a better Federal Capital Territory. But instead of doing that, every week, every now and then, he's in Rivers State. As I'm talking to you, Wike was in Rivers State last weekend. What is he doing in Rivers State? That's what I'm saying. Now they say he's working. I've not seen anything that he has done to warrant any form of praise. You know, even in Rivers State, his administration is under scrutiny. But for him to come out and start behaving as if he's the Lord of Lords in Rivers State, my brother, Rivers State has a lot of, you know, men who are well-to-do. Rivers State have a lot of men, has produced a lot of men who knows what to do at any particular time. In a situation like this, Rivers State has people who can stop Wike, and Fubara is one of them. The governor of Rivers State is one of them. The present governor of Rivers State is one of them. He can stop Wike. They are pushing him to the extent that they have brought the beast in him. And everybody needs to be careful now. He has successfully brought one Jumbo, Omo Jumbo, as the Speaker of Rivers State. You know, let the 27 lawmakers, the remaining 27 lawmakers, they can go to FCT, where Wike is their governor, and let them do their legislative duties with Wike in FCT. There's no problem about that. They have left PDP to APC. That seat now is vacant. The governor has every right to invoke executive order to administer and govern his state without being afraid of anybody. And if the president feels that they are neither for Wike or for Fubara, and of course, you know what it means? Anarchy. And if it gets to a level, now people can no longer take it. Definitely, it will go down in the history that the disintegration of Nigeria, you know, started from Rivers State. But what is happening in Rivers State can, you know, break this country at the end of the day. And Wike will have no place to hide. What Wike want to achieve in Rivers State is not possible. He wants to sit down on Rivers State resources and be able to administer his 2027 ambition. And Fubara is saying no. I am the governor. I have millions of mandates on my hand. Allow me to be. You said no. Allow me to. Okay, what is going to happen now? They think that the humble looking of a lion is means that the lion is weak. They are going to see both Wike and pro-Wike. They are going to see the other side of Fubara, because since they don't want peace, of course they are voluntarily, you know, asking for pieces, and of course the governor is equal to the task. And whatever Wike feel that he can do at any particular right time, of course, people are waiting for him. He's going to appoint caretaker committee, you know, sack all those local government chairmen, appoint caretaker committee, and run his government the way according to the rules and regulations, according to the law and order, you know, as simple as that. So be it. That's my take on that.
But I think Femi Falana has come and said that Tinubu it would be very unconstitutional for Tinubu to interfere in the matter of Wike and Fubara.
What Tinubu did was based on political powers, not on constitutional powers. You know, Tinubu has no constitutional power over Wike on how he governs his state. But Tinubu can have political resolution powers over what happens in Rivers State, and that is what people are asking for him to look at. You know, using political resolution, political power. You know, to resolve, using political power to resolve. No, you understand? Because the agreement they had before between Wike, Fubara, and Tinubu in the last resolution was purely political. It wasn't constitutional. Now, if Timi wants to apply his constitutional powers, and of course, that's what he wants to do now. You know, whether the Wike like it or not, he's going to invoke constitutional powers on himself, and he will run his administration, and whatever Wike feel that he can do. You know, they are the one that manufactured the news that Fubara is about to demolish National Assembly quarters. You know, the governor never said that. The governor haven't said that he want to demolish it. They're the one that generated that story. So we are waiting for them we're waiting for Fubara. You know, Nigerians are waiting. He had the full support of Nigerians, are waiting for him, you know, to move accordingly, you know, and govern Rivers State in fear and favor. You understand? Obeying the rules and regulation. You know, how would I put it? You know, law and order. Where law and order, of course, will rule. That's what our expectation on Fubara to do. So I think at this point in time, it is very, very important to note that whatever plan Wike is having in Rivers State, it is not going to benefit him or his 27 lawmakers who are loyal to him. And secondly, it's unfortunate that these people now are loyal, who are supposed to work together with the governor, irrespective of, you know, political affiliation, are now creating a kind of monster in Rivers State. A situation where they will not be able to handle if the thing becomes a problem. Nobody's praying for that. They should give Fubara a space to run his administration as the governor of that state. It's as simple as that. So anything that, apart from that, you know, is going to breed uncertainty, and it's not going to favor anybody.